Hi, my name is Olivia, and today we'll be cooking together the spicy egg curry with basmati rice and raita. So the timing of this is a nice coincidence with Diwali, but this is an excursion into nice spicy vegetarian Indian cooking. So let's get started. So let me start with all the spices. In this curry we'll have turmeric, cumin, coriander, garam masala, chili, and a little bit of chipotle. So it'll be nice and spicy, but all these spices will be nicely absorbed by the creamy sauce. So we have some cooking cream, some tomato passata, butter, garlic, and ginger, and also and the onion, brown onion, and also the spices will be absorbed by the raita, which is consisted of the cucumber and fresh natural yogurt, as well as the basmati rice. And today the star of the show really are these nice organic eggs, which will be the surprise inside the curry. You really don't have to go easy with the onion in Indian recipes. I think the more onion, the better. Just chop it really small, and particularly this recipe is gonna call for it to be pureed. So the tomatoes, the onion and garlic will all be a nice smooth paste. So, onion is just gonna make it really good. So that's a lot of onion. It's a nice and juicy onion, and the brown onion is a little bit more sort of milder than the red onion that is usually used in Indian cooking. The trick, if you don't have the vegetable peeler, is to use your spoon. Okay. See, nice and easy. I find chopping very therapeutic. I don't know about you guys, but it's difficult to be in a bad mood when chopping, especially something that smells so nice as ginger. Okay. For now, we can start making the sauce for the curry, and after that we'll boil the rice. So I'm gonna need some oil in the pan, and I'm gonna mix oil and butter. Butter's gonna add a nice flavor. There we go. Okay, so butter and oil are mixing together as the butter's melted, and I'm gonna add in the spices. I'm gonna add in turmeric, chili, and there's quite a bit of chili. Chipotle is also extremely spicy, so if you're worried, put only half first and then add the rest later. Cumin powder, coriander powder, and some garam masala. Okay, let's give all of this a nice good stir. And by now your kitchen should be smelling like heaven. So there's a beautiful, beautiful smell of all of these spices together. We'll add in the onion. And we're gonna stir the onion well with the spices. So now, obviously, if you're wearing glasses, it might be better for you because I'm crying with the onions. Oh gosh, I can't even speak. Okay, so basically good aromas. I'm giving it a good stir, and then I'll add in the ginger and the garlic. It's going to be a very good base for our curry sauce. All right, ginger and garlic going in. There we go. Okay, once the onions have softened a little bit and you've wiped your tears away, we can add in the tomato passata, which is a nice smooth tomato sauce. And we'll add in a little bit of boiling water, so just about 150 ml. The sauce needs to be quite thick. It's to be very intense flavors. Good stir. Look at the beautiful color of the sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce the heat a little bit, and I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to prepare the rice. I'm going to put the rice in the pot. I'm going to give it a little rinse. When you rinse it, you can see some of the starches coming up. So you can remove some of it. You can rinse again. And when the water is much clearer, then it's a good time to start cooking the rice. So rinse it one more time. So rinse it 3 times and finally the water is looking a bit more clear. So in terms of rice and water ratio, I'm using 1 of rice and 2 of water. I can take the opportunity now to also cook my eggs. So for this one, I'm gonna hard boil them. So whatever your routine or tactic for boiling eggs, whatever it is, stick to that. I like putting my eggs in cold water. That way they don't crack very easily. There we go. So while we've got 3 different pots that are kind of simmering and brewing on the stove, we can prepare the raita. And I'll start that by, I've rinsed my cucumber, but I'll start by chopping off the ends of the cucumber. Now, depending on the season and the cucumber you get, you can either peel it or leave the skin on. But for us, it's cucumber season at the moment, and it's a nice thin skin, so I'm leaving it on. I'm going to grate my cucumber, and instead of taking this biggest size, I'm going to go for this medium size, and I'm just going to grate it. Oops. So I can hear my rice is boiling really hard, so let me just reduce the heat on the pan. Okay, so I've grated the cucumber. I can squeeze off some of the liquids before putting it in with the yogurt. There we go. So we've got a nice firm raita. So now make the raita your own. You can add a little bit of cumin and coriander in it, a little bit of salt if you want. But at the end of the day, raita is supposed to be the cooling factor in your recipe. And especially today, we are making quite a spicy curry. So we want to make sure that we've got something nice and refreshing to cool our tongues with. Okay, so once you've mixed it nicely, you can just pop it in the fridge until we're ready to serve. So now the eggs have been cooking for about 6 minutes. They should be nice and hard boiled, but not yet gray and too hard. To stop them from cooking, you can always pour some cold water. And then I'll wait a couple of minutes until they cool down before starting to peel them. So just let them cool down for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm just looking into this curry and look at that. The sauce has thickened nicely. It's a really beautiful color. It's sort of like chocolatey color, beautiful. A couple of minutes and we'll be able to puree it. All right, I'm gonna start peeling the eggs and I'm just gonna tap them lightly. They're still a little bit warm, so I'm gonna try to be quite fast to not burn my fingers. Oop. There we go. There we go. Okay, oops. Okay, now that we have nicely peeled eggs, we can take the eggs back close to the curry because we'll pop them in just before serving. So it looks like our rice is ready. You can always double check by putting your fork in and seeing whether you can see any water at the bottom. And here there's no more water, so I'm going to give it a nice little fluff. And switching it off, switching off the heat and removing it from the heat and covering it so it stays nice and warm. So keep it here on the side. Meanwhile, let's have a look at what's happening here with our curry. Yet again, I feel like it's reduced a little bit more. And now if you don't have a blender or a mixer that you can blend it smooth, not to worry, you can leave it like this. That would be absolutely fine as long as you've chopped everything really nice and small like we have here. But just to make a really nice smooth curry paste from this, I'm going to use my hand blender. I'm going to blend it smooth and then I'll add in the cooking cream. I'm going to pour in the cream. And a good mix. I'm going to add in a pinch of salt. We can pop in the eggs. There we go. I'm going to stir them really gently just to cover the eggs but not break them. And then we can start having our dinner. Okay, here we go. We have our curry. Yeah. Get this. And our raita. Okay. So I'm going to start by building a base of rice on the middle of my plate, like this. Make a little hole in it that will absorb the sauce. And then, oh, beautiful smell from this curry. A really nice creamy feeling sauce. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, just a little bit more sauce. Now, if you're watching your calories and your cholesterol, you can always reduce the amount of eggs. The sauce is absolutely delicious, so I'm sure you'll be delighted, even with a lot of sauce and just one egg, for instance. Now top it up with a generous amount of raita, just to ease up on the spices. Okay, here we are. Okay, so let's taste this beautiful egg curry. I can feel already like there's so many flavors coming out of the plate, but before I start munching away, let us know if you liked the video, so subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Until next time, bon appétit! Ooh, there's a kick.